My brothers and sisters. And Shemuel said to Shaul, Yahuwah sent me to anoint you sovereign over his people, over Israel. And now listen to the voice of the words of Yahuwah. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, I shall punish Amalek for what he did to Israel, how he set himself against him on the way when he came up from Mitzrayim. Now go, and you shall strike Amalek, and put under the ban all that he has, and you shall not spare them, and put to death from man to woman, from infant to nursing child, from ox to sheep, from camel to donkey. Then Shaul summoned the people and mustered them in Telaim, 200,000 foot soldiers and 10,000 men of Yehudah. And Shaul came to a city of Amalek and lay in wait in the wadi. And Shaul said to the Kenites, Go, turn aside, come down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For you did show loving commitment to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Mitzrayim. So the Kenites turned aside from the midst of the Amalekites, and Shaul struck the Amalekites from Hawilah all the way to Shur, which is before Mitzrayim. And he caught Agag, sovereign of the Amalekites, alive, and put under the ban all the people with the edge of the sword. But Shaul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep, and the cattle, and the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not put them under the ban. But all goods despised and worthless that they put under the ban. And the word of Yahuwah came to Shemuel, saying, I am grieved that I have set up Shaul as sovereign, for he has turned back from following me, and has not performed my words. And it displeased Shemuel, and he cried to Yahuwah all night. And Shemuel rose early in the morning to meet Shaul. And it was told to Shemuel, saying, Shaul went to Carmel, and see, he set up a monument for himself, then turned and passed over, and went down to Gilgal. And Shemuel came to Shaul, and Shaul said to him, Baruch are you of Yahuwah. I have performed the word of Yahuwah. But Shemuel said, What then is this bleating of the sheep in my ears, and the lowing of the cattle which I hear? And Shaul said, They have brought them from Amalek, because the people spared the best of the sheep and the cattle, to slaughter to Yahuwah your Elohim. And the rest we have put under the ban. And Shemuel said to Shaul, Wait, and let me declare to you what Yahuwah said to me last night. And he said to him, Speak. And Shemuel said, Though you were little in your own eyes, were you not head of the tribes of Israel? And did not Yahuwah anoint you sovereign over Israel? And Yahuwah sent you on the way, and said, Go, and you shall put under the ban the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they are consumed. And why did you not obey the voice of Yahuwah, but swooped down on the spoil, and did evil in the eyes of Yahuwah? And Shaul said to Shemuel, I did obey the voice of Yahuwah, and I went on the way on which Yahuwah sent me, and brought back Agag, sovereign of Amalek, and I put Amalek under the ban. But the people took of the spoil, of the sheep and cattle, the best of that which should have been put under the ban, to slaughter to Yahuwah your Elohim in Gilgal. Then Shemuel said, Does Yahuwah delight in ascending offerings and slaughterings, as in obeying the voice of Yahuwah? Look, to obey is better than a slaughtering. To heed is better than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of divination, and stubbornness is as wickedness and idolatry. because you have rejected the word of Yahuwah. He also does reject you as sovereign. And Shaul said to Shemuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the mouth of Yahuwah and your words, because I feared the people and listened to their voice. And now, please pardon my sin, and return with me, and let me bow myself to Yahuwah. But Shemuel said to Shaul, I do not return with you, for you have rejected the word of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah does reject you from being sovereign over Israel. And as Shemuel turned around to go away, Shaul took hold of the edge of his robe, and it tore. And Shemuel said to him, Yahuwah has torn the reign of Israel from you today, and has given it to a neighbor of yours, better than you. Moreover, the eminence of Israel does not lie nor relent, for he is not a man, that he should relent. Then he said, I have sinned, but esteem me now, please, before the elders of my people and before Israel, and return with me, and I shall bow myself to Yahuwah your Elohim. And Shemuel turned back after Shaul, and Shaul bowed himself to Yahuwah. And Shemuel said, Bring Agag, sovereign of the Amalekites, here to me. So Agag came to him delightedly. And Agag said, Truly, the bitterness of death has turned aside. And Shemuel said, As your sword bereaved women, let your mother be bereaved among women too. Shemuel then hewed Agag to pieces before Yahuwah in Gilgal. And Shemuel went to Ramah, while Shaul went up to his house at Gibeah of Shaul. And Shemuel did not see Shaul again until the day of his death, for Shemuel mourned for Shaul. And Yahuwah was grieved that he had made Shaul to reign over Israel. Shalom.